ために最も必要なもの、それは運です。
Hey everybody, and welcome back to a new edition for the Relevant Ramblings podcast with me, your big man. One more time, it is Sleepy, and I am of course joined by my illustrious co-host here and returning.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Seraph here.
Hey, Seraph.
It's been a while.
It has been a little bit of a second.
Yeah.
But as always, as well, my other co-hosts from the fishy underworld.
This is Dr. Dragoon.
Aw, how you doing, Ark? You not dead?
Tired.
You tired?
Not dead.
It's really hard being not dead. It just makes you so exhausted, doesn't it?
Oh my god.
You just have to exert all that energy outward and keep going. But yeah, I wanted to come in and do a new rambling here, because we did miss last week's show, a little bit of under the weather, so I wanted to go ahead and put one in the docket for everybody so that we can keep this flowing as well as keep the show going. But everyone out there who's joining us, thank you. And as always, if you haven't, go ahead and please subscribe as well as like. It definitely lets us know that we're doing something good and you guys are definitely interested, and you gals. But I wanted to go in for this one with this rambling, just to go completely off of normal topics and themes that we normally do. And I actually wanted to do a must reads or current reads, favorite reads that we got going on. And I'm actually going ahead including everything across the board. So webtoons, comics, mangas, manhwas, all of them. But yeah, I wanted to see what's currently everyone's reading list right now, because I know that I'd say once a month, Ark, you probably drop, I don't know, 10, 15 new different things.
Drop as in like
you
from
start
reading
reading.
the list?
You either suggest or you tell us you've dropped something and replaced it with something else.
I mean, the list is always moving.
Yes, it is. It's a living document almost. It's kind of insane. You as well, Seraph. You told me one there that sounded interesting that I definitely sound like I want to get into. But I'm gonna go ahead and always start off with Ark. What do you got on your list here currently for some good reads?
I'm gonna mention the first one I'm gonna mention is something that is extremely long if you have the patience to read it.
I mean, how long? I mean, I'm trying to look.
How long?
How long is Marshall Peak is over 1,000 chapters and people are still going at that? Come on.
Yes,
Marshall Peak. So many chapters. Oh my god.
It updates 3 times a day.
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ. These guys are pumping them out like rabbits.
So if people are still willing to do that, I think what you're going to give them probably will be okay.
But come on, Marshall Peak is long. That's what I was going to say, that more people should read Marshall Peak. It is the best. Like, oh, this is a cultivator story because it is only about cultivators. Like, it's nothing else.
There's no other power system.
There's no other power system. There's no the main character's not hung up about revenge or anything. He's just like, nah, I just want to get to the next level. And then sometimes, yeah, there's a little bit of revenge, but that's more like this person's slighting me, so now I gotta get back at it. That's basically all it is. Yeah, everything else is just like, if you leave me alone, all I want to do is just continue climbing the Marshall Dow, okay? All I want to do is just get better and better. And if you don't disturb me, then we're fine. And that's all it is. And it is
then there's
story about
that.
That.
Then there's no petty human squabble that always hinders your progress.
The petty human squabble comes from other people. He's like, all right.
That's what I'm saying, though. That doesn't make a good story if someone doesn't come in with some petty human bullshit to hinder you for no reason.
That I'm good at alchemy, but you don't want to believe me. So here, we're going to have this competition, and then I'm going to beat you, and then you be like, oh fuck, why do you want to believe in this in the first place? And then the main character were like, yeah, and now you stunted your growth forever because you rejected the alchemic way. All right, I'm trying to tell you how to get better, but you don't want to listen to me. Like, that's literally what it is the entire time.
I mean,
all right?
Isn't that how all children handle any lessons from their elders? In all honesty.
I was like, yeah, but the main character isn't an elder. Like that's like, he's like, story-wise, he's like 50 years old.
I guess. What was your? Did I actually guess that right?
Young.
Wait. Did I guess that right? That your suggestion was Marshall Peak?
Yes.
Oh, holy crap! That was just a random look at my list. I literally just pulled up my phone and looked at my list and went, Marshall Peak's 1,000.
Give me a second.
I'm gonna try and pick that up eventually, because God.
Yeah, I do need to as well. It's literally sits at the top of my list, but I keep seeing the 1,000 number and I'm like, I got some other ones that are a little lower and I know I could catch up to, and this seems like it's gonna be a really big endeavor, so I'm just like, I'll hold off. And the fact that he tells me from
what I've also read is that Marshall Peak, the light novel for it is done. So whoever's pumping this out is like, I want to get to the end of the light novel. I am like, we are like putting out 3 chapters a day, and we are going to get this done. And like every chapter is about, like time. Yeah, like 10, 12 pages. So like like whoever's doing it is like, I'm putting this out, and then I'm also translating as fast as possible. And I'm like, man, these guys are working hard for this. That's fine.
I mean, someone's got to keep up at it, so why not?
You should read Marshall Peak. Everyone should read Marshall Peak.
If anyone who has any level of interest in cultivation, and I'm guessing that at the purest level of cultivation, you should read this.
Yeah, if you ever are like confused as to like how power levels work or like how everything works, it's like, no, this story is nothing but just that. Okay, this is just nothing but cultivation, and everything else is irrelevant. Okay. Main character doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, I have a revenge story, and then cultivation is kind of like the power system that gets you there.
Yeah, no, it's just the thing.
Cultivation is the story, and then everything else is just like little bumps along the way. That's like, the main character's like, nah, I'm just going to deal with this problem as fast as possible. This person's slighting me, they're going to die, okay? Or this person's slighting me, I'm going to prove them wrong. Or like anything else. And then he's like, there, I took care of the problem, I nipped it in the bud, moving on. All right.
Wait, I'm trying to remember. This isn't the one you suggested before, where like the old man who he goes into the mountain, he's like, I'm just gonna go cultivate, fuck all of you, I don't want to deal with any of your shit. And then okay. I'm trying to remember. There's another one that's just the same way, where it's like, yeah, the old man just shows back up or something, and it's like he's dealing with like his son or something, and he's like, no, I'm not here to deal with that, I'm just here to do this one thing, and then I'm gonna go back into the mountains.
No, that's not this one.
Okay. But this has that same feel.
The main character is only 50 years old, but he looks like, he's in his 20s or something. Because
everyone that cultivates.
That's how that works with cultivation. And everyone believes that he's like thousands of years old. And he's like, no, I'm just 50, bro. And they're like, but how could you get so fast to this level? And he's like, that's because I don't like allow trivial things to get in my fucking way.
Just the base level of all cultivation. Youth. Done. All right, that's stage 1 complete. Yeah, I definitely need to actually start, at least get at some point a start into Marshall Peak, especially like you said, if the light novel is done and the webtoon is just trying to speed up as much as it can to just complete to that point, then I know at least that there is an end point. It's not like Detective Conan or whatchamacallin, where you're just like, he's forever, trapped in a 6-year-old body. There will always be stories, no matter what.
Yeah, so like this is definitely like, oh no, there is an endpoint. I know there's an endpoint.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right. Seraph, how about you? What's one current big rig that you're enjoying so far?
I started Medical Return.
Oh, that was gonna be one of mine.
Oh, dude, great! Because Medical Returns is awesome.
It is a
Dude
good
literally
story.
goes back in time because he saved the siblings of a deity, and like he is just gonna relive his life because he lived a crappy life.
Mm.
As a doctor, he was a surgeon in his previous life, and now in his current life, he's trying to shoot for dermatology, but everybody keeps inciting him to become internal medicine or being a surgeon because of all of his previous life experience that he had.
Yeah,
He wanted to live an easy life as a dermatologist.
I just wanted to be, I wanted to help people, but I didn't want to make it crazy about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I've definitely heard that one slaps real good. I mean, you're not the only one to bring it up. I know Ark has brought it up. Our two homies from the Hunters Association, in their chat, they've made mention of it. So I know that
Trent
it's
money.
Yep,
Shout
both
out
of
to Trent.
them. Shouts to Trent. Yeah, I need to. It's in the list as well. I just need to actually start it. But yeah, I've heard that one is actually pretty good. For one of the,
it's you're just reading a drama.
I mean,
that just has a supernatural start.
Yeah, but doesn't fully like hinder on that crux.
No, it doesn't hinder on that crux.
Yeah,
but you I won't say anymore.
You won't say anything. Don't. Yeah, you don't want to spoil it for people. All right. Well, yeah, I definitely got to pick that one up. Get that one on the regular rotation as well. That one's not too far out. What is that like? There it is. 133 currently. That's not bad. Could bust through that in a few days actually if I really sat down. Yeah. For me, let's see. Current reads that I know that I'm still on, and I got back. Return of the Frozen Player has been one that I've been pretty much consistently going through right now. I mean, your regular standard isekai, not even isekai, because he's not in a different world.
It's the world is now a video game.
Yeah, your standard. Yeah, the world is now a video game kind of system. Except with our MC just being like I completed the challenge, but the challenge was literally like, oh, you made it through level 1.
You got through the
first
tutorial.
boss. Yeah, you made it. You made it through the first boss, like that thing that no one else could get through, and then realize, yeah, you just made it through the first boss. You're cool, but there's still a whole bunch of other shit you got to get through. Yeah, and I don't know. I definitely been enjoying the character, especially for the I am like the hero of the world aspect, but at the same time, it's like 50 years in the future. So all of the skills that I once had are kind of not like top tier as they used to be, especially since other people have gone beyond what I accomplished. But still.
But then he's like, I just don't let them know it's me. Well, yeah, it's fine. I'll
choose to start at low. Yeah, I'll choose to start in the noob circle just so that I can, work my way around without having all of the paparazzi as well as all of the hunters coming after me. Because even when the world is in dire straits, there's always some people that are just like, murder is an option. I just feel like we're gonna go with that. So yeah, that one has at least been a constant read for me currently. Ark, you got another one for us?
I have the Lazy Prince Becomes a Genius.
The Lazy Prince Becomes a Genius.
Yeah, it's the story. The first chapter is a very interesting chapter. All right, it comes from the perspective of just a regular civilian who watches this guy in his like hometown, who's like, oh yeah, this guy just trains with his sword every single day and does absolutely nothing else. And then the guy with the sword dies, and then this civilian who's talking is like, oh man, I hope your life wasn't full of regrets or anything. And then we come to this character who's this like the Lazy Prince, and we find out that he's probably like the reincarnation, or like he has the memories of this guy who was swinging the sword every single day for like plus years, and then
so it's
he does, but he's not aware that he is this reincarnation. He just, all he knows is that this person he sees in his dream swings his sword every single day. So then the prince starts swinging his sword every single day, and then everyone's like, wait, wasn't he like a prince who just slept all day? Yeah, when did he start swinging a sword? And then like that's where the story goes. And he even though he's like that, like he knows nothing else except swinging the sword straight down. And then everyone's like, you can't be a swordsman that way. But he's like, but this is all I know. So then, you know, he goes to school and everyone's like trying to prove him wrong. That it's like, you gotta do more than just swing your sword in one direction. But he's like, but I'm real good at this one thing. And that's where the story is. It's real. I really enjoy it.
I swing this real good.
I swing the sword real good.
And I mean real good. Yeah. Not too many I want to actually know there's quite a few different mangas and webtoons that actually have that same level where the MC is just really good at one particular thing but to that nth level that just makes them godly and almost undefeatable. So yeah. So this one was the lazy prince becomes a genius?
Yes.
Okay. I might have to pick that one up, take a look at it. How many chapters are they in so far? Or should it just start?
I think it's around 30 chapters or something like that.
Around 30? Okay, so yeah, not too hard of a read to definitely jump into. Seraph, how about you, homie? You got one more for us?
Lately, I've been enjoying Return of the Frozen Player. They just finished season 1.
Oh, did season 1
49 chapters? Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yep, I just see it now. I haven't read the last chapter. I just brought that up too in my last one as my top one.
Yeah, apparently Seraph here was not paying attention. What are you doing?
I told you, I kept stepping away.
Give me a second.
It's all right. No, I brought up that
earlier.
One of
I said it. I was like, I'm gonna keep stepping away to go check on some stuff.
No, yeah, I brought up that the one of my reads currently was the Frozen Player as well.
Oh, I was probably away at the time. I apologize.
No, you're totally fine. It's all good. Yeah, I just see that season 1 ended, so yeah, good time to actually jump on for anybody new who hasn't picked it up. Can solidly get in a good 49 chapter.
Did we say Triple S Class Suicide Hunter?
I haven't brought that one up.
Because they just started season 2.
Just started season 2. Yep.
Yo. And I've been enjoying that story a lot because, man, this dude killed himself over 4,000 times.
Earned the title of, what was it, the Lord of Death?
He's KD, King Death, baby.
Yeah, his KD ratio is ridiculously off the charts, but in the opposite direction.
What are we talking about now?
Negative 4,005.
Suicide Hero.
Oh, yeah.
That
It's fine.
It's fine. That KD ratio is just so broken in the wrong direction. Is it fine?
4,000, bro.
I mean, it was enough to basically take out a Demon King, so I guess it works.
I actually really like Suicide Hunter because the world building they have for the tower is really good. The character development for the MC and some of the other characters were really nice too. Mm-hmm. And the way that the tower works for certain things is pretty wild to see for the mechanisms of like the all-seers and like the people who built the tower type shit, you know?
Yeah.
Seeing that like all these floors are actually like from another world, you know? So that's what I really like about the aspect of it.
I mean, even this new season when they start off, the fact that the floors themselves are almost how they've at least experienced the first couple of floors where they would just, you know, go in and hunt and then come back out and the floors would kind of reset. But the new floors that they've gotten to actually are more like perpetually living worlds. So like
they're not perpetually living
or
worlds.
Not perpetually, but they're
worlds that already failed.
Okay, yeah, I mean the worlds that already failed, but the fact that, you know, like the way that he completed it and to the level that he did it, it like appeased one of the gods, to the point that like, yeah, you became like the grand savior of that world.
He physically changed history for that
Exactly.
specific world. That
And, but I meant perpetuals in the fact, like, one of the floors they said, he's like, you guys can like go through all the floors, but this floor is specifically reserved to me. And I think that's the one where the village is at. So like no one else is allowed to basically step foot on that, except he can keep going in there. But like that one is just, there's not like a ton of resources to it, but still the fact that, those people there will probably always remember him or their fake goddess when she shows up because of that. But yeah, I have enjoyed that extra added layer for the environment building that they've done so far, and definitely looking forward to season 2 to see what the new challenges will be, since this last one, over 4,000 deaths just to get the perfect run.
It's like me playing Dark Souls.
No, I don't think his death ratio has gone up since.
Because he only killed one person.
Yeah, he killed only 2 people.
He's killed 2 people, yeah.
Yeah, himself and that one guy.
The very first guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Flame Emperor, whatever his name was.
The best scene so far was the scene where they go through the interview and he does the exact opposite of what the Flame Emperor does.
Exactly.
He's like, all right, I know how to not be an asshole. Let me just do the opposite thing. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of genius here. I'm fine with that.
And it worked.
It worked perfectly.
It just worked.
I mean, it's great when you just try something else and it just works. It perfectly all comes out to the way you want it to be. Yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see where the next season takes us for this continuing series. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Another one for me to currently read, but one that you mentioned that I should pick up, Seraph, and I did and completed all the way up until the last 3 chapters here so far. Mercenary Enrollment.
Here we go, baby.
Yes.
Also, it is on WEBTOONs. It is called Teenage Mercenary instead. So if you guys want to go for the officials to go support them, that'd be awesome.
That'd be tight. That would be tight. Yeah. No, this one's been a fun read so far. Especially between that and whatchamacallit with Kang So.
Triple F.
No. God of Blackfield.
Yeah, God of Blackfield. Yeah.
Very kind of similar aesthetic here, minus the isekai part, but a teenager with pretty much Black Ops level skills, having to live in a normal world. Yeah. I do like the fact though that one of them is, I mean both of them are pretty much completely out of their depth in that level, that they've kind of not really had normal lives for most of their existence, so they're just very bad at
living a normal life
and trying to live a normal life. Yeah. But I do like,
just wants to spend time with his family and shit, but he's like, man, these people fucked my sister. I'm about to use what I know.
Yeah, I do like that he is, when he goes into that mode, it is very much all right, I have to do this, but I have to do it and not kill them. But even with that, it's still a very brutal fight almost every time you see him.
The art is always great for the choreography, for the fighting.
I think the fighting art is perfectly spot on for what it needs to do, and it matches well with what the aesthetic for the whole series is
in general.
Yeah, like I don't see it suddenly like shift like to extraordinarily good and then go back down to like meet up with the rest of the story. So I like that just flows all the way across the board. And now with the story as it's currently at, where his I don't know if I would call them the handlers, but the ones responsible at least for giving his training are now onto him. So I'm wondering
the security group that he's with.
Yeah. Oh, not that security group, but the one princess. The company she runs, that security group, or are you talking the other one?
Well, the SW group is the one that he's working for
Okay.
as a bodyguard.
Yeah.
Is in a sense the one that he's training with
Yeah.
and holding back hell of a lot.
I mean, they're just bodyguards. He's literally saw full combat. They don't know nothing about him. They're like so many steps behind. It's crazy. Yeah, so such a good one. Such a good one. But yeah, I've been enjoying the hell out of that, very much so. And yeah, if you haven't read it, or if you're reading like God of Blackfield, definitely go pick this one up. It's very much in the same line, with just some subtle differences between the two. But yeah, you'll have a good time there. I definitely thank Seraph for that suggestion as well. Any other big shout out last ones from you two?
If you are someone who used to read Ranker's Return, there is a remake of it, because it's one of those that was kind of like, it went for a little bit and then it stopped, and then someone else picked it up, and then
I just saw it,
rebooted it. So
I think it's on like 28 chapters now. It's a little bit more sped up than the old Ranker's Return.
Yeah, but it kind of like, it kind of assumes that you've read it at some point. But I don't. I think even if like I didn't know that I had read
Shaman
it
King
from
remake?
some point.
It's doing
No, Shaman King did bad at that. All right, we're not going to talk about that anime reboot.
Apparently,
that was a terrible reboot.
All right, well,
Ranker's Return, it just kind of like the very beginning skips through like a lot of like unnecessary stuff that was yeah, let's just get through that, whatever. We're now closer to where we were before like it dropped.
Okay, so yeah, they just sped it up to get back to where they dropped off at.
Yeah, but it doesn't leave out any sort of like important information or anything, so it's fine.
They cut the fat.
With that Shaman King reboot, no, that was like, let's just skip all this details, and then let's like have things out of sequence, so now the reveal of things is ruined. And I'm like, but why are you like this?
Because we don't want to spend time on context. It takes up too much. We don't have the budget. Netflix is not paying us for that. Yeah, and that's why. Still, I'm going to give shout out still for the series that I have been constantly loving, back to back with every issue, Miram Login.
Oh yeah, read that yet.
You should read that.
It's really should read that. I mean, besides just being good for the fights, the comedy and satire just all day.
Kind of right though.
It is straight up. It's just basically having solo leveling and smashing together greed from fucking oh
my god, Overgear! That's a big shout out right there. Overgear is so good.
It is basically just smashing that character, but into that other world where it's just like, yeah, I get it that I'm the bottom, but who fucking cares? And like, I'm not gonna exert all that energy just, when I could just instant kill. Fuck this. Yeah. The MC for that is just completely like self-aware of how fucked his situations are every time, and just how much he's like, I don't want to do this. It's basically almost like having having Arc in a book sometimes too. I don't know. I know I posted that one thing where I just posted that, like, you're a man of culture, when he finds the porno inside of one of the inside of one of the libraries, like one of the Marshall libraries. He's trying to like find some skills, and I'm like, you found the right book. And he just puts it in his back pocket. I'm like, yep.
I'm gonna have to read that one, that's for sure. I do have one that I want to recommend as well.
Yep.
It's called The World's Strongest Florist.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the strongest florist. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Basically, what it is this guy is allergic to flowers in real life, and he loves flowers. But the thing about him is, he is one scary looking dude. For the way he looks, he's an absolute sweetheart. All right, he's an angel.
He's a freaking bodybuilder.
That's arguable. He's not really a sweetheart. Okay.
He's a sweetheart. He is Lenny from of Mice and Men, dude. Come on, he is Lenny. I love the Rabbit's George snap neck.
Nah, but like, He's literally just his dad trained him for MMA fighting, and he wants him to become a champion in MMA. But he's like, I don't want to do this. I just want to plant flowers, sell flowers, and I love flowers. So he ends up playing this game called, what was it, New World?
I
I
believe.
think it's New World.
I think it's New World.
Yeah, New World. And New World is pretty much something like Infinite Dendrogram, where you could do whatever you want practically. And he just wants to become a florist. So all he does is spend all of his time looking at flowers, becoming friends with elves and shit. That's probably the most impossible thing to do.
Also, okay, so this story also like breaks all the weird tropes that you think of like other character types, where it's like, oh yeah, they're elves, yeah, they're nice people, right? Like they're like exclusive people who just like, oh, we just don't want to be a part of this world. No, these elves are like, we are murder hobos.
drops the trope of we don't want to deal with whatever your problems are in your world. We're very much forest first, fuck you. Instead,
Yes.
they're basically like,
yes.
is that a person on the street? I got a knife. I'm gonna take care of this real quick.
That man stepped one foot inside of our territory. Oh, he did. He did. So,
Vera would be proud. Yeah. I need to catch back up on that. I started way back when it was just beginning, and yeah, the MMA dad and son there was just like, oh, okay, so he's gonna be a florist, but he's gonna be like Armstrong, or not Armstrong florist, but what's his name, florist, like where he's just flexing at all of the flowers. It's like, nope, he gets down on his hands and knees and he basically turns into our friend John and just 2, 3, 6, 12 hours just watering the plant. And I'm like, okay, oh, you completely tricked me. Well done. Yeah, no, that one is a good read. I definitely think anybody out there should pick that one up. Right up there with what was it? I only level by eating food.
Yes.
Have you read that one?
no.
No, yeah. That one came out before Florist, I think, and I think it was Art that told me to read the Florist one. But I started I only level by eating, and that's what led me to that one as well. So like, this seems kind of similar, where they're just doing, just off the cuff things. So yeah, still lots of good stories out there. Lots of good ones to read. But all right, well, I think that one's good for right now. I think I've given everyone a good, healthy amount of a list for stuff to pick up, especially with Marshall Peak being over 1,000 chapters. So good luck. But what am I saying? Half of y'all read One Piece. Y'all fine. Y'all make it through. You'd be like,
Hey, don't at me.
that's a weekend for me. I'll do it in like no time. It's all right. But with that,
I feel like
what was that?
with Marshall Peak, all the chapters are short anyways.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
said each chapter's
they're
like 10 pages.
Like 10 pages, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
so you guys can catch up in no time.
Yeah, it won't take you any time out there. It's okay. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and I'll close this out for this episode. Thank you everyone for joining us. And as always, as I said before, definitely hit that like and subscribe down below. You can always catch all of our podcasts on Spotify, on Apple Music, Apple Podcast, as well as every other place that you can find podcasts currently. But as always, I'm, of course, your big man is Sleepy.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Seraph here.
Hey.
And this is Arc Dragoon out.
Hey. Everyone, take it easy out there.